Okay, so I always start off by getting my wax measured, and so we can start getting melted first, because that's the step that's going to take the longest in your candle making process. It's going to take the longest for your waxes to melt, because they have to get to a certain temperature and they have to be fully melted before you can even add fragrance oils. Okay, so what we have here is a mixture of candle fragrances that we're going to mix together and make one fragrance. So we're going to do several different fragrances of vanilla and cashmere, vanilla and peach, cashmere glow, and we're going to do a standalone peach. So I'm going to show it step by step. These are the cups that I use, and I've already pulled out a cup and a clean mixing container and a funnel. So for the sake of this video, to keep this video from being so long, I'm basically just keeping it simple and doing 1 ounce of 3 other fragrance oils and a ½ ounce of the other fragrance oil. So after you get your fragrance oils mixed up, now is the time that I normally take to start getting my counter jars and containers and wax molds and things like that together. Check it on how the wax is doing so far. At this stage right here, you do not mess with it. You just let it melt all the way down. I added this part in because I wanted to make this video as realistic as possible. These are some of the things that I do while my waxes is melting, while my waxes is settling, once, you know, while I'm just basically waiting to mix my wax and my fragrance oils up. I just find something else that needs to be done as far as my business goes, so that I can stay on the schedule and not get thrown off track. Still going, so as you can tell, I still have not touched it. I let it melt all the way down before I stirred. Okay, so now we've reached the point where I will give it just a little stir, and it's just about ready. I'll check the temperature and everything on it in just a minute. Move this one to the side so we can go back to the fragrance that we mixed up earlier. So I'm gonna move that, and this will be the cashmere fragrance oils that we had mixed up earlier. Okay, so what I'm going to want to do, since I'm mixing up 8 ounces at a time, I'm going to do 1 ounce of candle fragrance. Put that to the side for right now, and let me get my wax. Okay, for the first batch, I have 8 ounces of wax and 1 ounce of fragrance oil, and we're going to mix that for 2 minutes. And some of the things that can happen when you're not mixing your fragrance oil for at least 2 minutes with your wax is it can separate. You can, like if you're doing candle melts, you can see where it look mushy at the bottom. It won't have a smell on the top because all of the scent fell to the bottom. It's separated. So I would highly suggest you mixing your fragrance oil with your wax and your color for at least 2 minutes. I would not pour before those 2 minutes is up. I use an alarm series, something to make sure that I'm mixing my wax and my fragrance oils for at least 2 minutes.